with you to Nissan Stadium on the banks of the Cumberland River in downtown Nashville, Tennessee. This crowd here fired up for football as a moment ago their Titans were introduced. This should be a good one as the Titans get set to match up with the Indianapolis Colts. Lurching closer toward the midway point of this NFL season, and we're underway on EA Sports. And this will be a touchback as that sails over the end line. Now a first carry for Derrick Henry. And this will be a gain of 5 as he gets it to the 30.
A quick burst there, and he nicely bit off a pretty decent gain.
Ball on the 30. They'll come up with a 2nd and 5. The play action fake. They'll look to throw. Steps away. And he will slide to a stop. He does have the first down.
Oh, yes, this is what the good ones do. He used his legs to buy a little bit more time rolling to his left, and at one point, he flipped the switch from passer to runner, and he got a pretty good gain out of it.
Line of scrimmage, the 37 on 1st and 10. On play action, they'll throw. And a quick throw here, that's complete. Fighting through it, he's got space. And he's going to get this all the way down inside the 35. A big play there on the catch and run.
And boy, CD, it's one thing to watch a great run, but when it's a great run with broken contact, it's like a cherry on top. That was a nice play.
Now from Colts territory, here's a 1st and 10 at the 34. Off the play fake, he'll look to throw. Sliding out of the pocket. Into double coverage, and it's intercepted. Picked off at the 24.
And the Colts are going to get possession here as they force the opening drive turnover.
A young quarterback, Charles, rolling to his right. And I know he's right-handed, but is that one that maybe a veteran sticks in his pocket?
I think so, but you have to remember with young quarterbacks, it may take a few years before they get all the stuff out of them that they did earlier in their career or even in their college days when they were used to being dominant. In this case, the NFL veteran defense ended up winning the battle. Brandon, we saw these defenders flying to the football in their win last week, and nothing has changed. They're still moving around quickly and forcing incompletions.
So now 2nd and 10 after the incompletion on 1st down. They'll set up a throw. Campbell making the catch. And he'll be tackled right on the chalk of the 45.
I think that's a big pickup for a 1st down because when you run a drag route against zone, you're sometimes asking for trouble because you might run into a defender.
Yeah, well, there they ran into a 1st down. Executed it to perfection. And he'll manage to pick up about 4. It's 2nd down.
Well, this defense for the Titans, they were excellent a week ago in the victory over Arizona.
And what keyed their victory? The pass rush. Got to the quarterback 6 times for sacks, and plenty of other turbulence in the pocket for him as well. Hard to throw the ball downfield when all you're seeing is opposing jerseys come at you.
Coming up on a 2nd and 6.
Back to throw here.
And that nearly an interception here on this opening drive, but he gets a reprieve. It's 3rd down.
Well, they've got man coverage on the outside, and my scouting report on these DBs tells me that they love to take matters in their own hands. They want man coverage, not zone, and there was good coverage there that forced the incompletion.
So after the 2nd down incompletion, they'll come up now against a 3rd and 6. They'll look to throw. And he takes a shot on the release as this will be incomplete. So the defense able to get off the field here on third down.
And it's one of the goals of the game. They've got to be effective on passing downs. It's one of the few things defenses chart. How did we do on third down? That's a nice start for them in this one.
As Sanchez on to punt here as he sends this one away.
Fair catch called for and taken just inside the 10-yard line. They call that a punt of 38 yards officially. And the Titans will be backed up deep to begin the drive as they take over 1st and 10. Tennessee offense about set and ready to go. Now, they were intercepted the first time they had the football, but now they get it back and it's still 0-0.
And because of that, you know what the thought process is? Interception. What interception? It didn't really happen because they gave up no points. So go back on the attack. Go back and run the offense you believe will be successful. Find your playmakers and give them the football.
The last run got 9. That leaves him with 2nd and a yard. Here's a play fake as they set up to throw.
And that is knocked away in the middle of the field and incomplete.
And that's a nice job there because you've got to play the ball, not the man when in coverage. That'll keep you away from a lot of needless penalties. And he's able to knock that one away.
An incomplete pass on that last play, and that means they'll need to come up with something here on third down. Now back to throw. And it's going to be incomplete. He was able to catch it there on the right sideline, but out of bounds, says the line judge. And it's going to bring up 4th down. On 4th down, here's Brett Kern to punt the football away. It'll be 37 yards there on the punt. And the Colts will go on offense here, 1st and 10. The Colts come to the line ready to start their next drive. Their dreams of an undefeated season shattered with the loss a week ago. Now, look, whenever an undefeated team goes down, you always hear some say, well, they needed that. I don't know, Charles. Is that a narrative that you buy into?
Well, I haven't met a coach yet that feels like they needed that loss. You know, that's not something that they're in favor of. But I do know this. People like us, our colleagues, all of us in the media, constantly hammering a team that's undefeated. Hey, do you think you can do it the whole season? Can you carry it the whole way? That does wear down a group. And sometimes that loss, get us off your back, you can move forward from there.
He'll try again with the arm here on 2nd down.
Now this will be swung out wide for Taylor.
Oh, he's got a little daylight. And they're going to have this all the way down deep into Tennessee territory. A big play there on the catch and run.
And I think that's a pretty good illustration of why they try to get the football into his hands out of the backfield. That was something else.
And we talk so much from a defensive perspective about scheming and finding ways to take away the run. That means the offense has to devise different ways to get the ball in the hands of their guy out of the backfield. Find open space, let him run, and big things can happen, and they did right there.
And exactly how fast was he going? According to Next Gen Stats, 21.7 miles per hour. And now before we get to the extra point, remember all touchdowns do have to be confirmed by the replay official. So they called it a touchdown originally, and this will stay a touchdown after the video review, so they had it right. Extra point by Blankenship is up and good.
And that makes the score 7-0.
So after the touchdown, here's Blankenship kicking off.
And that'll carry over the back line of the end zone for a touchback. The Titans offense set to begin the drive.
And it's been a rocky start for them thus far. They had the turnover and then the punt on those first 2 drives.
So there is optimism because they've improved, right? Turnover, you just noted it on the first drive.
Punt's better than the turnover.
The punt is better on the second one. Now they're hoping to turn into first downs and hopefully points.
And Brandon, as you know, sometimes it's a lot tougher to run with these tight ends nowadays in the NFL. They're just bigger wide receivers. He lined up on the left side of the formation, ran a drag route across the field, and tried to work his way open. He was able to make the catch, but the defenders were there. Couldn't do a whole lot with it afterwards.
And he will find his man on the outside.
That was a route run not just with dexterity, but with intelligence. Found the hole in the zone, made sure the quarterback saw him, and was able to make the sure catch and flip the down marker back to 1.
A first down carry for Henry. And he'll be taken down, but not before he gets into enemy territory.
I think they like this drive a little bit better there, partner. Running game helping out, picking up some of the slack. Because remember the last drive, they went 3 and out.
Now from Colts territory, here's a 1st and 10 at the 48-yard line. They'll drop to throw. A throw complete to the tight end, Tunyon. Give him 9 there on the first down completion.
Nice rhythm throw there on first down. He located his tight end, made a nice easy pitch and catch.
Hoping he could break a tackle or two. Wasn't able to do that there, but still good yardage. Throw right side. This is into the hands of the tight end, Tunyon.
And the tight end is certainly a position built to move the chains because they can control space underneath. If they've got good hands, then, of course, they're a dynamic target. But one other thing is they're right in the sight lines of a quarterback on just about every play, and that makes it easier for the quarterback to pick him out and deliver.
And now a throw on first down there, but it's incomplete.
They've given up a few first downs on this drive, but getting the incompletion there, that should give them something to build on and maybe turn the tide.
Here's 2nd and 10. A give to Henry. And he's going to get this down near the 20-yard line. 41 yards rushing for him now. He's only carried the ball 4 times. Now that last run good enough to have him surpass for his career. Get this, folks, 12,000 rushing yards.
And how about this? You're in shouting distance now of the top 10 all-time rushers in NFL history. And in short order now, you've got Thurman Thomas, Franco Harris, Marcus Allen, and
under pressure, and he'll go down. They'll sack him on what ought to be the final play of this first quarter. Quiddy Pay make that now 8 sacks for him on the season. So 2nd and long, and got to be careful not to fall out of field goal range. Back to throw. And he's got his man in stride, complete. That catch good for 5. It's 3rd down. They'll look to throw here. And he's got his man on the out route. And he'll only get this to the 17, well shy of what he needed. They'll get 11, but it'll still lead to a 4th down.
Jake Elliott for the field goal. A 34-yard attempt.
The kick by Elliott is good. And they are on the board, but still trailing. It's 7-3. So 3 drives now for this offense, and that field goal gives them their first 3 points.
So if you're an offensive coordinator and you're averaging a point a drive, you're in the wrong line of work, aren't you? You got to find a way to unlock the key to these defenses and put some big points on the board.
Hightower not going to To run back, and his guys will begin at the 25. The Colts come to the line ready to start their next drive. They have the game here followed by the open date on their calendar next weekend. And Charles, this is a crew that you have to think really is relishing the opportunity to be on the couch for a few days.
Yeah, they certainly are, but let's face it, partner. They can't get caught looking ahead to that couch time while they're playing this one. They've got to take care of business first.
Nice job, nice patience right there. Put him on the right side, let him work his way across, put the ball in his hands, and let him work his way upfield with a catch.
1st and 10, Taylor now. And he'll be taken down, but not before he works it past the 50.
That's a nice run right there, able to get to the outside. And so many times defenses say, okay, we got you hemmed in. But if you're running the football, at least you know where everyone is coming from. You don't have to worry about the backside at all. That allows you to run with a little bit more confidence as you traverse down the field.
Back-to-back good plays have them on the move on 1st down. Throwing there, but this pass is going to wind up incomplete.
From the snap, he certainly looked like he knew where he wanted to go with the ball, but surprise, that guy was covered. So that took his attention elsewhere to no avail.
2nd and 10. He'll look to throw. And he slings one that's incomplete. He was looking for Michael Pittman that time. 3rd down here.
That was well defended. They clamped down on every available receiver. Just got to give the win to the defense on that snap.
So back-to-back incompletions, and that has him staring at a 3rd and 10. He'll look to throw. Looking for Campbell downfield. And this is caught. Touchdown, Indianapolis. In today's NFL, we talk about quarterbacks and their speed and accuracy, but there's still something about a guy slinging one downfield. Extra point by Blankenship is up and good. And that pushes the lead up to 11. So after the touchdown, here's Blankenship kicking off. Taking it about the 1. And it's a pretty good return here as he'll get this up to the 29. Tennessee offense about set and ready to go. They trail now 14-3, an 11-point deficit as they start things out with a 1st and 10. And the drive starts with a completion left side. A good rally to the football keeps him to only a yard, and it's 2nd down.
Brings up 2nd and 9 at the 30-yard line.
Now a handoff to Henry. Oh, he bowls over him. And able to break one tackle, but then quickly brought down. But a nice little gain. 50 yards on the ground for him so far.
That's the kind of run that gets everyone excited on offense. And, oftentimes the guys who carry the ball are the ones in the huddle doing the chirping. Right now, I think it's the offensive line telling them, run it again. We are right there about to break a big one.
On 3rd and short, they'll try and pick it up through the air. This will go to Henry out wide. And getting this just shy of midfield, they'll spot it at the 49.
Yeah, these are the types of plays they're going to need to hit on if they're going to get back into this game. It hasn't been the greatest of first halves, but this is a nice throw here on 3rd down, and they keep the drive going.
Here's the first carry for Tariq Cohen. 9 yards is the pickup there, and they'll have a 2nd and 1.
Good yardage there on 1st down. Exactly what you want. Get yourself set up to keep making 1st downs, keep the clock running. And if they're smart, You're starting to milk the clock. No hurry before you run your second down play.
And this throw incomplete. Well, the defender all over him that time, but it's going to lead to third down.
Well, he kind of forced that one there, didn't he? It's almost like he predetermined where he was going to go with the football.
Yeah, he wasn't really going through progressions. He wanted to go to his top guy. You do that against this defense, they'll make you pay, won't they?
Yeah, they certainly will. They react very quickly to the thrown football.
Got a man, it's Tunyon. And he will have a Titans first down as they're able to convert by plenty there on 3rd and 1.
As an unbiased observer, I think it would have been interesting to see what they would have done if they hadn't gotten the first down there. But since they did, I guess the point is moot.
Yeah, they were right there in that middle ground, field goal range, punt, go for it. But as you said, they picked it up. Flushed out right. He lets this one fly toward the back of the end zone. And that is incomplete.
Well, their first 2 drives only yielded 3 points. They might be thinking it's time to make something happen. Push the ball downfield and try and gain some points that way. Unfortunately, incomplete.
I smell fear in that offense. 58's the money. 58's the money. You go night-night. Some go night-night.
On second down now, it's Henry. They do get a yard there, but only a yard. Leaves them with 3rd and 9 looming. Pretty good little 2-play sequence there. You force the incompletion, then a very short pickup.
Yeah, now maybe bring in an extra defensive back or 2 because you want to try and defend on 3rd down. They like to play those nickel or sub packages, don't they?
They're 2 for 2 on 3rd down conversions on this drive. This one tough. They need 9 yards on 3rd down.
58, right over there.
They'll set up to throw. And this pass broken up. The contact well timed there, and now 4th down.
Jake Elliott for the field goal. A 15-yard attempt.
The kick by Elliott is good. And a second field goal here cuts their deficit to 14-6 now. No problems in the field goal department so far. He's 2 for 2.
Pretty reliable here in this game, isn't he? And to me, that bodes well for them. If they need him late in the game, his confidence should be sky high.
And they will not get a chance to return this one as it's through the end zone for a touchback. The Colts come to the line ready to start their next drive. And they're hoping to redo their efforts in the last drive when they got into the end zone.
And just think of what it's like now on the sideline, because when you score a touchdown, you have to go over and look at the tablet and see what you did on the last drive. When you scored points, it's a whole lot better view than when you're trying to figure out how to fix things there.
A big play that time on the catch and run.
He was not the primary target. They expected to get the ball downfield, instead checked it down. An old coach of mine used to say to us all the time, when they check it down, that should end the down. In this case, though, he foiled that in a big way and turned it into a big play.
Coming up in a couple of minutes, we'll get you to Jonathan Coachman in Orlando. The coach will have stats and scores from earlier today in the NFL. Steps away to his left. That is caught. Michael Pittman with it. And all the way inside the 15 before they drop him.
Good strong throw and catch right there. And so far in this game, the alleys have been open for them to get completions, and they're taking advantage of it.
On first down, it's Taylor. And he goes backwards here, losing yardage back to the 16. Officially, it's a 1-yard loss. That's going to bring up 2nd and 11. They're going to look to throw, eluding the pressure right. And that is caught. Touchdown, Indianapolis. A great play there. with touchdown number 7 on the year. And the Colts, they add on to their advantage. Extra point by Blankenship is up and good. And the lead is up to 15 now. So after the touchdown, here's Blankenship kicking off. Taking it about the 1. And he won't get this to the 20-yard line as he's down at the 19. The Titans offense set to begin the drive. And with him down 2 scores, you wonder if they might try and put something together, even if it's just to get into field goal range. They'll try and start this drive in the air. And they're able to get this one across the 35. The Titans going to use the first of their timeouts as they stop it here with just under 40 ticks to go in this first half.
First and 10 at the 38-yard line.
From all the way up at the 38 now after a good start to the drive.
He can't hang. He's not going to get me. Mike 5-5, Mike 55, Mike 5-5. Hey, watch the slant, watch the slant. Watch the slant, watch the slant. Warrior 70.
Looking to throw. And this one nearly picked off. Kind of surprising to see a defender of his caliber let it get away, but get away it does, and it's second down. After the incomplete pass, here now is 2nd and 10. He'll drop to throw. And this is caught. It's Brown. And they've got it well across midfield down to the 40 before it's all said and done. Now Tennessee going to use the second of their timeouts as they'll stop the clock with 24 seconds to go in this first half. They'll look to throw again. Airing one out for Boyd. Oh, that's into double coverage and intercepted. Picked off by Julian Blackmon. And the Colts are going to get the football here at their own 40-yard line. CD, I know it's just his 2nd year in the league as a quarterback, but that's going to be one when he flips on the tape. He's like, I shouldn't have thrown that ball.
No doubt about it, and his coaching staff will be emphatic about he shouldn't have thrown that ball. But remember, 2nd year, as you noted, on-the-job training, so he's got to take this feedback that he's getting, negative or otherwise, and turn it into positives moving forward.
Now a play fake here on first down. That ball caught by Campbell. Yeah, he will go out right near the 35-yard line.
And time to give some credit to the big fellows, the offensive line here, because you've got to have good protection on crossing routes because you've got to give your receiver time to work all the way across the field. That time, be able to scan the field, spot his receiver moving left to right, and make a good, accurate throw. Thank you, guys.
Here we go. Mike 54.
Now on first down, he'll drop to throw it. He's going to let this go. Back of the end zone. And he's got his target. It's caught for a Colts touchdown. Darius Slayton in the final seconds of the first half. And the Colts would extend their lead here just before halftime. Extra point by Blankenship is up and good. And the lead opens up now to 22 points. So still time for the kickoff here. 1 second to go in the half as this one is away. Taking it about the 1.
Let's go. Let's do this.
So we come to halftime here with the visiting Colts taking the lead to the locker room. As we'll send you down to Orlando and we check in with Jonathan Coachman for our EA Sports Halftime Report. Coach. All right, Coach, thank you, and we welcome everyone back for quarter number 3. Second half ready to get underway. The Colts with a lead, and they will receive the football. Fielded just outside the goal line. And taken down just past the 20 at about the 21-yard line. The Colts come to the line ready to start their next drive. And it's hard to imagine that the first half could have gone any better for them. So what's the approach here in the second half?
Just continue to play smart football because they got the other team down and they feel good about the position they're in. The obvious thing people would say is just keep attacking, but I think you also have to be smart about it. Avoid turnovers. That's about the only thing that can derail you at this point. Attack, but make sure you take care of the ball.
Second and 9 now. Looking left side, and he's got a man. That's Morales. And he is out of bounds right around the 34.
And while we may be looking at the scoreboard, this offense certainly is not, because they're showing no signs of backing down, even with a 3-score lead here in the third quarter. I think they keep taking their shots. They've seen blown leads happen throughout this league. They don't want to fall victim to it themselves.
They go play action here on first down. That ball caught by Slayton. And he's going to be out of bounds, but not before he takes it inside the 40. And with that last play, he's now up over that 300-yard mark.
And in today's NFL, it almost feels routine. And I hate that when you talk about a 300-yard passing game. To me, 300 yards still signifies excellence, and he's achieved that in this performance.
And oh, that nearly their first pick of the game, but it falls down to the ground incomplete.
I think he's got to be careful not to force anything into coverage right there. There weren't really any throwing lanes, but the best part for him, he's got second and third down to fall back on.
Yeah, the Titans going to signal for a timeout defensively. It's just their first, so 2 remaining as they burn one here in this third quarter. So after the incompletion on first, now second and 10. Here's a play fake as they set up to throw. Escaping the pressure right. And he gets this down inside the 35 before going out of bounds. He'll wind up getting 4 there on his own, but it will leave him now with a third down situation. They'll set up a throw. Flush to his right. And a big loss here as he's taken down. Jeffrey Simmons. He's the one to get him, and that is sack number 7 for him on the year. Now here's Rigoberto Sanchez. He'll boot it away from about his 35. This is fielded at the 7. Good blocking there. Nearly sprung him. As it is, it'll go as a 19-yard return. And it'll be Titan football. Tennessee offense about set and ready to go. And there are parts of their last drive they'd like to emulate. And, of course, they'd like to forget the ending, the interception. But they did put together, Charles, a nice sustained drive to get him down the field.
Yeah, and unfortunately for them, the only thing that matters is part 2, right? Because once they threw the interception and finished off the drive, that does them no good to go back and say, well, you know, we had a good one going. Finish things off. That's the only way you can get it done.
The first down run got 5. Here's second and 5. Off the play fake, he'll look to throw. He's going deep for Brown. And that nearly intercepted. It's incomplete. Now, remember, he had a pick earlier, but couldn't reel that one in. He's had trouble finding open receivers all game, CD, and that's because really there hasn't been many. This defense has been all over them.
Yeah, they're one of the better defenses in the league, and every time I talk to someone around the NFL, they all say the exact same thing. They're so fundamentally sound, it's hard to execute against them.
And he'll take this to the other side of midfield before going out of bounds.
Well, we talk all the time about playing situational football, and right now I think the scoreboard is dictating what they need to do. Where they are in this game, they've got to push the ball downfield, take their shots, try and get big chunks of yardage in a short amount of time. That was a nice play there.
Now left side on the swing pass. And he'll be pulled down, and now a late flag will come with it. And that's in the area of a face mask, I think. So they'll take the yardage and tack on 15 more for the face mask.
Talk about a play that absolutely costs you in the end. Just trying to do your job, right? Trying to get him on the ground. Next thing you know, they're marching off another 15 against your squad.
Rolling to his right. His throw incomplete.
Well, defensively, they haven't let him just sit in the pocket and get comfortable, and that's opposite a lot of game plans in today's NFL. Ordinarily, you're trying to keep the quarterback hemmed in. In this case, they brought the heat, and if he flushes out, they're fine with that, and they force another incompletion.
Check pass, check pass.
On second down, here's Henry. And he'll get about 3 as he's brought down to the 28.
Oftentimes we praise an offense for their variety of being able to hit people with the run in the pass, but in this game, how about what we're seeing from the safeties? They are all over the field. Doesn't matter if they threw it or if they're trying to run it.
I don't think we've ever awarded an MVU, most valuable unit, but you're right, it might go to them in this game.
I like that, MVU. Well done.
Hey, 58's the mic. Go 58's the mic. Hey, pick 19 white.
On third down, he'll drop to throw. He's going to take a shot for the end zone. And it's caught in the end zone. Touchdown, Tennessee. Tariq Cohen, his second touchdown on the season. And the Titans are able to cut into that deficit. They'll try and throw for it. Toward the end zone, but that's going to wind up incomplete. Should have been picked. Probably doesn't matter on a 2-point conversion, but still, as a former DB, you want to grab that ball when you can, don't you?
You certainly do, and don't say it, because I know you're thinking it. Don't say it.
What am I thinking?
You know what I know what you're thinking. Well, if he'd had hands, he'd be playing on offense.
Yeah,
right?
that's true. You've said that before. The Colts come to the line ready to start their next drive. They've got the lead. Last time had to punt it, though. What's the key to this drive?
I think it's leverage. The
Leverage.
big guys up front. You know the motivational speech on the sideline is, guys, give us an opportunity. Protect the passer, create space for our runners, and let's go ahead and get these guys. Low man wins. Let's go do it on this drive.
We'll watch that leverage on this drive. 64 yards rushing for him now in the ball game. So how about that for a chain mover? They're all the way down inside the 40 now for 1st and 10. On play action, they'll throw. He'll dump this off to Taylor, complete. This will be a gain of about 8 to the 27-yard line. He's already proven to be a factor in the running game on this drive. Now he gets involved in the passing game.
I think what we're seeing here is the modern version of workhorse in the NFL, being able to run it and catch it with equal proficiency.
Naeem Hines, his first carry. Absolutely nobody fooled there. He's going nowhere fast as he stopped behind the line of scrimmage. They'll look to throw. Letting one go deep for the end zone. And unable to connect. Incomplete. Give them credit. They took their shot, but it's going to bring up 4th down.
After what they've faced during this game where they've given up a ton of yards downfield, there has to be a measure of revenge right there for the secondary. They've been shredded throughout the game and finally forced an incompletion.
They'll pass up a field goal attempt. It would have been a 45-yarder. Now they'll go for it on 4th. Now back to throw. Flushed out right. And he'll find Pittman. And he'll be out of bounds as he gets this down to about the 21 or 22. Both sides were holding their breath there on that 4th down play, and the offense can breathe a sigh of relief.
And both knew exactly where the first down markers were. You know the defense is trying to guard those sticks and try and keep people in front, but somehow, some way, those guys found a way to pick it up.
They'll run on first down. Taylor, and he's going to take this ahead for right around 3 yards, but no more than that. 2nd down.
They're in a pretty good spot right now with a convincing lead. I think this is where they put on the boxing gloves, start to try and pound them into submission.
And the offensive line, they've controlled this game. I don't see why that trend would change now. 3 yards on that last carry. Here's 2nd and 7. They'll drop to throw. And it's intercepted at the goal line. Picked off by Caleb Farley. And the Titans are going to take possession here. It's a touchback, and they'll take over at the 20-yard line. Well, this D, particularly the secondary, has been picked apart at points here tonight. They finally, though, get to the quarterback, get a pick.
And we know this about him. He loves night games, loves the spotlight, loves being the center of attention. I will bet you that he ran off the field almost chuckling to himself. They finally got one. They finally got me.
Meanwhile, they take a shot to start the drive, but this is going to wind up incomplete. 2nd 10 coming up here in Nashville. 3rd quarter action. A shotgun handoff to Henry. Gets this to the 24 for a gain of 4.
That 2nd down play call was not to pick up the first down. It was to accomplish what they did to get them into a manageable 3rd down because they had incompletion on first down, so they were behind the sticks, so to speak. They needed to make up some ground, and they did.
Mike 55, Mike 55. Hey, eat. Watch the curl, watch the curl.
Out of the gun now on 3rd down. He's going deep for Brown. And that will be incomplete. Well, they weren't scared to let it fly, but it falls to the ground and brings up 4th down. Here's Brett Kern now as he'll kick it away for the 2nd time. And this will be down by a member of the kicking team just outside of the 30-yard line. The Colts come to the line ready to start their next drive. And the interception thrown in the red zone last time. We'll see if they can rebound.
I just have to think the last thing he said as they went back out there was, don't do that again. What do you think?
What do you think?
Yeah, I think that. I think that not only did he say that, but he also told him, let's put it in the end zone that it's supposed to be in, all right? The end zone we're trying to score. I know we're being a little bit facetious here, but the bottom line is take care of the football, and everything else should flow from there.
Quick lesson, never ask the play-by-play guy a question.
Hey, you're my partner. I know you're right there with me.
And this turns into a nice gain with a slide at the end. Back now in Nashville. 1 quarter remains here on a Sunday night. This is the National Football League on EA Sports. So signs of life in what's been a dormant offense in this second half. Here's 1st and 10. He'll look to throw. Eluding the pressure right. He'll take a shot downfield for Pittman. Touchdown, Indianapolis. Michael Pittman, his 2nd touchdown on the season. And the Colts could be on their way to 7-1 as they add on to their lead. Extra point by Blankenship is up and good. And that pushes the lead up to 23. So after the touchdown, here's Blankenship kicking off. Taking it about the 1. And he'll take it a yard or so past the 20, call it the 21. The Titans offense set to begin the drive. Their mini two-game win streak appears it might be going by the wayside unless they can pull a rabbit out of their hat. And a nice run past the 30-yard line there. 72 yards rushing for him now to this point. And that looked like some pretty easy yardage there right up the gut.
And he's a guy that has some height to him. So when you don't have to drop a shoulder or create or get through contact or trash, makes it a lot easier to stay upright, see the field, and make a run as we just saw there. 2nd and 1 and people want to run the football. This is where every back in the league is supposed to do exactly what we just saw there. Pick up the first down.
Ball up to the 35 now as they come up on 1st and 10. Out of the gun, running with Cohen. And he's going to be met at the line of scrimmage and taken down. It's Logan Wilson there to bring him down. Officially nothing on that last run. They'll try again 2nd and 10. Now they'll switch it up here and look to throw. And he overshot him there. It's out of bounds, incomplete.
At this point in the game, they've got to continue to try anything they can. They're still working at it, even though this one feels like a lost cause.
The Titans on 3rd down. They're at 50%, 4 for 8. This is 3rd and 10. A play-action fake. They'll look to throw. Escaping the pressure right. He's going to let this go deep, back over the middle. And unable to connect, incomplete. I'll give them credit. They took their shot, but it's going to bring up 4th down.
This defense is continuing to contest every deep ball that is thrown downfield. And, look, it doesn't matter whether you're playing man or zone. Eventually, that becomes man-on-man, and you've got to trust yourself and go up at that moment of truth and make a play on the football.
And they're indeed going to go for it here on 4th down. So trailing here in the last quarter. Let's see how this plays out. Open man left side. It's the tight end, Tunyon. And he'll be out of bounds after getting this one across the 40. The Titans try it, but ultimately they fail on 4th down. And the Colts are going to get the football in outstanding field position. On 1st down, it's Taylor. Solid running on the carry, but still brought down just inside the 40. Give him 3 on 1st down. It'll set up a 2nd and 7. They run once more with Taylor. Looking for a cutback lane, but nothing there as he's met at the line of scrimmage. No gain on the play, and it's going to bring up a 3rd down. They'll look to throw here. And the Titan defense steps up here, and down he goes. Jeffrey Simmons make that now 8 sacks for him on the season. Now here's Rigoberto Sanchez as the drive goes backwards, so he's on to punt it away. And just a 30-yard punt that time. And possession will switch hands, 1st and 10. Tennessee offense about set and ready to go. Even though they were able to force the punt defensively, still a big hole to climb out of, especially at this late stage of the contest. And just no chance of turning the corner. He can only get back to the line of scrimmage. 2nd and 10 coming up. So after the run for no gain, here's 2nd and 10. He'll look to throw. Pass incomplete.
I think this one offensively, this is one where you just say, let's move on. Let's not even watch the game tapes from this one.
Yeah, you might just want to throw it in the trash, act like it was never there in the first place.
Yeah, just say we're good. I actually have heard of a coach in the past who took his team out to the practice field and ceremonially buried the game films from the prior game when they got clobbered. That was his way of putting it behind them.
Just a 5-yard pickup, and it leads to 4th down. One thing I think that's safe to say defensively, the tackling's been really good.
And because of that, it's been very, very hard for them to move the ball because you're not getting the benefits of run after catch. They're tackling them almost on the spot. That means you have to run extra plays, harder to move it.
Fielded at the 20. A punt of 46, a return of 5. And out will come the offense as they take over. The Colts come to the line ready to start their next drive. And right about now, heck, they might be wishing they did not have a bye week coming up next week. It appears they're going to go into that week off in high spirits as they've got this one well in hand. 2 yards on the pickup there. It'll be 2nd and 8.
Brandon, I've got to think this offensive line has got some smiles on its faces. And I know it sounds crazy, but they practiced for this back in training camp. They knew they'd be in situations where it'd be extra defenders in the box coming after them, trying to keep them from locking down a game. Right now, they want to show the world they're up to the challenge.
A 5-yard pickup on the play. And it's 3rd down.
So the Colts in possession of the football as we get you reset. They've got a 3rd down now as they look for one more first down to help salt this one away. And he went nowhere. He'll lose yardage back to the 29. A loss of a yard, and it brings up 4th. Hey, a lot of points have been scored in this game against them, but tally that one on the side of the defense.
Do you think maybe, possibly, it can be a little bit of a changer for them? Maybe not a game changer, but a little bit of a momentum one that maybe they can string together some pretty good plays and slow them down.
The Titans offense set to begin the drive. Let's just be frank. They're playing for pride at this point.
That's all that's left because victory, not a chance now. And I can't wait to see how they actually go about doing it because there are a lot of people watching the body language of the guys on the field now. And if they call plays they want executed, they need to do that and do it really well. Otherwise, there could be repercussions.
We'll see how they handle the waning moments of this one. Derrick Henry. So this will be accepted as it moves the offense backwards. They're going to look to throw. Flush to his right. Oh, eluding the tackle. And he'll get it down on the play to the 37. They get 14 yards, but not enough for the first down due to the previous penalty.
That's got to be a long day. Slam.
So this one winds up an Indianapolis victory, and maybe more importantly, a victory in the division, which always helps.
And on the road. How about all of that rolled up into one? Because how often do you see division games get decided by this much of a margin?
Yeah, they thumped them.
Yeah, they jumped all over them. And a division game is usually a touchdown or less because these two teams know each other better than most teams in the league. In this case, that didn't hold up. On the road, big margin, big victory. Oh, yeah, that flight home will be good.
So for Indianapolis, they moved to 7-1 on the year with the victory. And they'll be able to enjoy this one through the bye week before they get back at it again. Meanwhile, for Tennessee, they drop back to 500 now at 4 up and 4 down. And they will try to get back in the swing of things next week on the road.